Hey there, it's me, Bigfoot. And yeah, I'm real. But apparently, I need data to prove it. So I ran the numbers myself. Over 1,000 sightings. I looked at distance, number of witnesses, even whether I smelled weird that day. Turns out the closer people are, and the more friends they have with them, the more likely they think I'm not just a bear with a mullet. And yes, some of you even caught blurry photos. To that I say, upgrade your phones, people. I'm out here trying to build a case for my entire species, and y'all are filming me like it's 2006. Let's zoom in on the credibility numbers, the stats that define how believable y'all think I am. We've got 1,000 sightings in the data. Not bad for a guy who's allegedly a myth. The scores range from 1.0 to 10.0. So someone out there thinks I'm a complete hoax, and someone else thinks I'm basically a forced celebrity. The average credibility rating is 7.03, which honestly is pretty solid for a guy who's constantly blurry and dodging phone cameras. Standard deviation, 1.92. That tells us there's a decent amount of spread. Not everyone sees me the same way. Some think I'm just a smelly shadow. Others are ready to put me on the $5 bill. Now, before we dive into the results, let me explain why we used regression in the first place. Feel free to follow along with the method map decision tree, which I have linked in the description. I'll give you another sec to download. Cool. So yeah. See, credibility isn't just yes or no. It's a scale, from total hoax to full-on National Geographic. And regression? That's the tool you use when you want to predict a number based on a bunch of other factors. We've got distance, number of witnesses, how long people saw me, whether I smelled like a wet pine cone, and if someone caught it on video. Regression lets us see how each of those things affects my credibility score. Not just if they matter, but how much they matter. It's the perfect tool when your outcome isn't black and white. It's hairy and complicated, like me. Now let's go ahead and run this thing. I ran a regression on the credibility rating of observations of my own species. Yeah, turns out if I want the world to believe in me, I have to build a model myself. Surprisingly, I do have opposable thumbs, and they are fully functional in my ability to use this clicky-clack thing below me. So we go here to analyze, then regression, then linear. I'm going to drop my target variable in the dependent, which is credibility rating. Then I am going to add witness count, footprint size, distance from witness in meters, the length of the sighting in seconds, the estimated creature height, whether audio was reported, smell was reported, and then a series of dummy variables, which are coded 1 for yes and 0 for all other options for the photo or video variable. Note that I have to leave out one dummy variable for the multimedia here, because the regression uses one as a base. So I will leave out the none option so I can properly index all other multimedia against having none. Now let's examine our results, starting with our model summary. My R-squared 0.416. That means the model explains about 42% of the variation in credibility ratings. Pretty decent considering some people think I'm a raccoon in a ghillie suit. And the adjusted R-squared is 0.410, meaning the model holds up even after adjusting for all the predictors. Boom, stats with integrity. The standard error is about 1.47, which tells us on average predictions are off by a little under 1.5 points on the 1 to 10 credibility scale. That's pretty good considering I'm still being filmed like a ghost on a flip phone. Now to the model significance. The ANOVA table shows an F value of 70.557 with a p-value less than 0.001, which means the model is statistically significant. In other words, this isn't random. The predictors are really explaining something here, probably me. All right, let's get into the guts of the model. The coefficients. These numbers tell us how each variable affects credibility. In plain English, if something goes up, does belief in Bigfoot go up too? Or does it tank like a blurry selfie at midnight? Each predictor in the model either boosts or drags down my credibility score, and now we're going to see who's helping my case, and who's just making me look like a hairy rumor. Okay, first a number of witnesses. Every extra person who sees me boosts the credibility score by 0.359. So yeah, bring friends, preferably ones with binoculars and basic observational skills. Because if a whole camping trip sees me, I'm basically going viral. Next, to distance from witnesses. Now here's the kicker. Every extra meter away drops credibility by 0.033 for every meter, which A, Doesn't mean anything to people in the US. And 2 makes sense, though. Yes, I just said A, then 2. It's my thing. Anyway, my species is best viewed up close in HD. Translation, the closer you are, the more you believe your eyes. Wild. On to sighting duration. Longer sightings also help, but it's only a tiny bump, about 0.007 points per second. Doesn't sound like much, but hey, every second counts when you're sneaking through the woods. So if you lock eyes with me for a full minute, that's nearly half a point right there. Now, if smell was reported. Apparently, if I stink, my credibility goes up by 0.167 points. That's right. You smell me coming. You believe I'm real. Go figure. My musk is undeniable, apparently. Finally, let's talk media. A blurry photo relative to none at all? Well, even a potato quality pic helps, as we see a 0.790 point lift in credibility of a sighting. But a clear photo, a massive boost, add 1.6 points. But a video, well, someone gets a video and I basically break the credibility scale to the tune of 2.4 points. So here's the truth. Your belief in me is predictable. Get close, stay longer, bring friends, and for the love of moss, use a real camera. Until next time, this is Bigfoot. Statistically verified, emotionally exhausted, and still married apparently, judging by the leather jacket wedding ring combo my avatar came with.